gather her up, run away from this place of unending harsh light, cold grayness. It had killed Milani, as much as Naill Renfro's death. The ugliness and the hopelessness of the dipple had withered her. But instead of giving way to the storm within him, Naill knelt beside the bed, caught those restless, ever-weaving hands in his own, bringing their chill flesh against his thin cheeks. Milani. He called her name softly, hoping against all hope that this time she would respond, know him. Or was it far more kind not to draw her back? Draw her back. Naill sucked in his breath. There was a way for Milani to escape, if he were just sure, overwhelmingly sure that no other road existed. Gently he put down her hands, pulled the covering up about her shoulders. Once sure, he nodded sharply, though Milani could not see that gesture of sudden decision. Then he went swiftly to the door. 3 strides down the corridor, and he was rapping on another door. "Oh, it's you, boy." The impatient frown on the woman's broad face smoothed. "She's worse?" "I don't know. She won't eat, and the medico—" The woman's lips shaped a word she did not say. "He said she ain't got a chance." "Yes. For once, he's right. She don't want any chance. You gotta face that, boy." What else had he been doing for the past weeks? Naill's hands were fists against his sides as he fought down a hot response to that roughly kind truth. "Yes," he returned flatly. "I want to know. How soon?" The woman swept back a loose lock of hair. Her eyes grew suddenly bright and hard, locking fast to his in an unasked question. Her tongue showed between her lips, moistened them. "All right." She closed the door of her own quarters, firmly behind her. "All right," she repeated as if assuring herself in some way. But when she stood beside Milani, she was concerned, her hands careful, even tender. Then she once more drew up the covers, looked to Naill. 2 days, maybe a little more. If you do it, where's the credits coming from?" "I'll get them." She wouldn't want it that way, boy." "She'll have it." He caught up his overtunic. "You'll stay until I come back?" The woman nodded. "Stowar is the best. He deals fair, never cuts." "I know." Naill's impatience made that answer almost explosive. He hurried down the corridor, the 4 flights of stairs out into the open. It was close to midday. There were few here. Those who had been lucky enough to find casual labor for the day were long since gone. The others were in the communal dining hall for the noon meal. But there were still those who had business in certain rooms, furtive business. Korwar was, except for the dipple, a pleasure planet. Its native population lived by serving the great and the wealthy of 50 solar systems. And in addition to the usual luxuries and pleasures, there were the fashionable vices, forbidden joys fed by smuggled and outlawed merchandise. A man could, if he were able to raise the necessary credits, buy into the Thieves' Guild and become a member of one of those supply lines. But there were also a fringe of small dealers who grabbed at the crumbs the thieves' captains did not bother to touch. They lived dangerously, and they were recruited from the hopelessly reckless, from the dippled dregs, such as Stowar. What he sold were pleasures of a kind. Pleasure, or a way of easy dying for a beaten and helpless woman. Naill faced the pale boy lounging beside a certain doorway, met squarely the narrow eyes in that rat-like face. He said only a name. "Stowar." "Business, Boot?" "Business." The boy jerked a thumb over his shoulders, rapped twice on the door. "Take it, Boot." Naill pushed open the door. He felt like coughing. The smoke of a hebel stick was thick and cloying. There were 4 men sitting on cushions about a bros table playing Star and Comet, the click of their counters broken now and then by a grunt of dissatisfaction as some player failed to complete his star. "What is it?" Stowar's head lifted perhaps 2 inches. He glanced at Naill, acknowledging